I might want to consider a matrilineal marriage. Oh, what? Earl Thorid of Worcester has founded the Earl Thorid for Mercia faction. So, Gavelkind succession, independence. I'm actually not interested in any of these. Yeah, I'm completely puzzled as to how I gained this title. The most excellent Earl Eldwine, your wisdom and mercy are legendary, except your suggestion that she, the trouble daughter, get married. And we hit our 1000 prestige. It would appear that the military of your realm was more dependent on the efforts of Jewish men than had previously thought. Since the expulsion of the Jewry, several important administrative posts still remain vacant, and still there simply aren't enough qualified men to fulfill them. And so the technology that we stole earlier has now vanished. Okay, so we've got a positive viewpoint. What I've noticed here, I'm at the top of the hour, but it is actually relatively late here. It's about 1 a.m., and given the fact that my dentist appointment is at 8 a.m., I'm still gonna need to get up before that. So what I think I'm gonna do, I sort of wanted to finish this generation, but he's only 47, and it's very likely that he's still going to be alive for quite some time. So I'm going to finish out the year as this character. I will knock down the speed a little bit. And then I think what we'll just do is pick this up. Maybe we'll pick this up tomorrow and then just play, depending how long this generation lasts, I'll maybe play a second game where we'll just make tomorrow a dedicated Crusader Kings day. Alright, I've got another daughter torturing a rat. Praying for her soul didn't work last time, so let's talk to her about kindness. Looks like you guys are having the same scheduling problems I have. No matter how many times I try to point out the virtues of Marshal Gamel, my wife Valentina won't listen. She cannot take no for an answer, and she's decided that her friend should be Marshal. Fine, your special friend will become Marshal. That sounds like a terrible idea. 11 versus 11. No matter what you say, I will not make... Yeah, I could care less if my wife is unhappy with me. Let's see. Yeah, we're lovers, for God's sakes. What's she gonna do? Well, she's a genius, so probably something I won't even understand, but... Yeah, and it was my brother, no less. Finally got a chance to do something special with my special someone, and there are so many things I want to do. Should I try to entertain her at the court? Maybe we should go spend some time isolated in the country cottage. I could take her to my isolated country college. Okay, so I get -2 to a whole bunch of traits, but a bonus to fertility. Not bad. Sponsor entertainment, local court. Lose gold and even more fertility. Now I'll spend the time with my friends instead and break off the love affair. No. 3.5 gold seems a very fair price for what I have to assume are extremely deviant acts. Did I appoint all my advisors? Yep, they're still working. When the year wraps up, I'll do a quick recap in terms of how far we've gone and what we can expect from the final years of Earl Ealdwine's reign. Nope. Close, damn you. Actually, I think I have enough to build. That's a tough call, though, because, I mean, I can do a keep. Maybe I'll just wait till I have, like, 730, so that way I can still have my 300 gold rule and build the stuff that actually interests me. I have a feeling I'm not going to be getting in this castle town anytime soon. One nice feature of the technology menu is that you can mouse over and see where it's going. Well, you know, castle infrastructure isn't that far off, but it is a pretty stagnant environment, so I wouldn't hold my breath to get it. Honestly, though, I just think saving, at this point, saving gold is the best option because I'm not quite strong enough to steamroll over my enemies. So consolidating what I have right now seems to be the better option, at least until I have an, you know, sort of the next generation going and I can afford to make a couple of bold moves. My moodiness and tendency to lash out at people is getting worse. I slip too little and can't seem to start worrying. So I gain the stressed, which is a killer in this game, so it's possible that he does actually die. And now only retain half the benefit from the $4 I spent on my wife. Alright, and that is the new year. Yeah, so much for having a long life. I mean, it's possible he'll get over it too. I've only ever had one character die of stress. But let's do a quick recap of the majority of Earl Ealdwine's rule. We surrendered our autonomy as Westmoreland in order to gain Wessex. We did this in response to the fact that they successfully took Lancaster from Jorvik. And so rather than fight the King of Wessex, who had 4,000 troops, we chose to fight within the realm to just simply take Lancaster from our cousin, which we successfully did, and so finally added a second territory to our domain. Next time I play this, I'm going to face one of two decisions. I can currently have 3 holdings inside my domain. Now, I can pass these off to my children as well, but unless I'm actually ruling an area, I don't believe I can have vassals. It doesn't seem like I can anyway. So, my plan is to either take Derby, which is the last element of this duchy which has been created, the Duchy of Lancaster. The other thing that I could attempt would be to take Cumberland, Northumberland, Dunholm, or Jorvik, and in this case this is expanded Wessex, while also improving my own holdings. Yeah, building a keep is something that I am planning. What I want to do, because I had a relative degree of success with mercenaries once I had enough money for them, I kind of want to have a rule of keeping 300 gold in the bank for an emergency, and then anything that I build will be on top of that. So this keep of 430.8, basically I'd wait until I have 730.8 to, well, basically 731. I can't see the decimal here. Wait till I have about 700 gold to build that. And that just makes sure that while I'm building these items, I don't wind up kind of hit by a surprise attack and I can't defend myself. I mean, it's already doubtful that I'd survive a surprise attack because my morale is going to be really low for hiring mercenaries, but I at least have a chance. So definitely have a keep in mind. A better thing to build would actually be a castle town, which would increase my tax income by 2, but I'm not going to gain that until castle infrastructure goes up, and honestly, I'm going to be waiting a long time for that. So we've expanded. First one to do it. Had to give up Grandpa's independence. Grandpa wouldn't be pleased with that, but would be pleased that we finally took Jorvik. We may decide to go to Cumberland. We may decide to go and claim Jorvik. Chester would be pretty good, just because that is neighboring. It's neighboring Wessex, which is part of the kingdom, which I do eventually plan on taking over. Also next door to the petty kingdom of Gwynedd, which can become Wales. Basically, these 3 areas have the potential of becoming the King of Wales if they want to. And yeah, the intention absolutely is to build an empire. So the way I'm planning on doing that is, before I become an emperor, I need to become a duke. So I'd ideally like to become the duke of this area. I'd like to use that... I'd basically like to use that position to slowly expand my domain, to gain my own vassals and basically gain enough influence that I'm able to take control of Wessex from the current petty king of Wessex. Once I take that from him, I will claim likely the remaining Viking territories. That should give me a claim on England. And then it's just a matter of claiming Wales, which if I can take England shouldn't be too hard. Taking Scotland, and as long as I take about half of Ireland, then I form the Empire of Britannia. So it's going to be several generations worth, but the fact that we were able to get an extra county has put us on track, because with 1437, I can at least take on people like Cumberland, who they've got 1699, so they still sort of technically outnumber me, but that's just because of my current military rating. This guy will be the one we're proud of when we look back. Well, he's at least he's made up for a couple of generations of stagnation. Anyways, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure casting for you guys again tonight. I would say I'm sorry that the Dota didn't turn out, but I know that's really more for me. I know it's not exactly the kind of content that keeps everybody coming back. I'm going to be doing at least one cast with Nick the Peasant, so I guess the trick here is that there won't be 100% Crusader Kings tomorrow. There will at least be a segment on of Dota 2, something that happens on its own though. I will definitely try and stream tomorrow. I can't figure out quite how long yet, because I do have a meeting with my thesis advisor on Monday. And as far as schedule is going, I'm currently considering Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I want to have at least 3 days. Those are the most likely days that I can do some streaming. So I have not yet posted a schedule. I figure the worst thing I could do would be to say this is my schedule and post that this is my schedule and then not hold on to it. So right now my commitment is to do 3 days. I'm going to test out a few that work out and see which ones work out for me. And once I have something a little bit more concrete, I will post that to the site. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to find somebody to host. Thank you again for watching. I do see we got a new follower as well. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you are, thanks a lot. And as always, if you like what you're seeing and know somebody else who might enjoy this channel, it's always a pleasure to chat with you guys. So feel free to share it with anybody who you think might find some value. I'll wish you guys a good night, and I'll just take a second to find somebody to host.